Hello, my name is Madison Morgan. I'm a student in the undergraduate honors program in the UW Department of Communication. Today, I will be discussing my project, Staying In, Coming Out, TikTok and Queerness During the COVID-19 Pandemic, which I worked on under the advisement of Dr. Janine Slaker. At the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, life for many shifted online, with much of their activities circulating on and within social media platforms. One such platform that received a significant uptick in users was TikTok, with the BBC reporting that the platform, which was the most downloaded app of 2020, was also the fastest app in the history of social media to reach 1 billion user downloads. Occurring simultaneously with the migration online was a phenomenon wherein straight identifying individuals began identifying as queer. This concept is referred to as queerantine. This study is centered on identifying how the socio-technical affordances of queerantine, especially those felt on TikTok, introduce and circulate symbols that bear upon an individual's understanding of their sexual orientation. To start, I will be defining some terms. Socio-technical affordances. According to Boyd and Ellison, these are the benefits users receive from using a social media platform, as well as the benefits the platform receives from having these users. Algorithmic exclusion includes the many ways in which populations of digital users are encouraged and invited to participate within online spaces. However, Walker and DeVito note that social media is often exclusionary to non-normative users, such as the LGBTQIA+ community, who are excluded or marginalized from and within those same digital spaces. From this literature review, the following question was prompted. What aspects of TikTok were salient to users as they related to their sexual orientation and the LGBTQIA+ community? To answer this question, I conducted a situational analysis of gay TikTok, a queer subsect of the overall TikTok platform. Situational analysis, a form of qualitative analysis that focuses on the human and non-human elements and conditions that influence the situation, was used to understand and identify the affordances present within the situation of queerantine. This is a situational analysis based on interviews and participant observation. Analysis was based on various map-making activities, wherein 3 were used for this phase of the research, specifically a messy map as constructed to help me take note of important concepts. In 2020, I first observed content from gay TikTok categorized with specific hashtags, such as hashtag TikTok made me gay, hashtag comphet, and hashtag internalized homophobia. Using what I observed, I used situational analysis to create a messy map. This then provided the material for an ordered map, which helped me take note of relations of domination and subordination between heteronormative and non-heteronormative communities on TikTok. Then I prepared an orientational map, which helped illustrate the divide between meaning making and differentiating cues on gay TikTok. Differentiating here referencing the difference in discourse between gay and straight, or the straight subset of TikTok. Illustrated on this map, the left represents the heterodom orientation, known as compulsory heterosexuality, or the idea that heterosexuality is the norm. Queerantine is motivated by the minimized exposure to physically and traditionally heteronormative spaces, which shifting online resulted in. Additionally, the right is indicative of the heterodox, or non-dominant discourse, in this case being gay TikTok. From this analysis, it was found that people on gay TikTok are engaging in 2 kinds of activities, meaning making and differential. When talking to people about their TikTok made me gay experiences, it is largely related to the kinds of interactions and messaging on the gay TikTok space, including comments and hashtags. In this regard, there are layers of visibility at play here in which the queer body is not only visible from traditional cues, such as appearance, but in culture. The symbols that have meaning for the community are shared via these TikTok posts. We are also seeing how the algorithm is reinforcing aspects of heteronormity as well as queerness. This is due to the highly curated nature of the recommendation system that sets up thick boundaries between TikTok groups, such as straight and gay TikTok. However, even when queer TikTokers delve into other groups, such as fashion or gym TikTok, they ultimately end up back on gay TikTok. The implication is that on the one hand, it's great as it creates a somewhat fortified space for queer people to engage, produce, and share the development of their identity. On the other hand, there are groups that will then have less exposure to more diverse types of content, such as straight individuals' exposure to gay content, which risk making these negative aspects more tangible. All of this has implications for queer performativity and queer community formation, which is part of the second and ongoing phase of this study. Thank you for your time.